In the last episode, I built an iron farm, but I come up with a much more efficient design that gets me loads more stuff. I also build a self-sustaining wood farm to get all the wood I need, and I talk about plans for some more farms for the area. Let's disintegrate. Hello everyone and welcome back to Create. We're back, and in the last episode you can see that I built this iron farm in this building right behind me. And let's just say it's working quite well. I'm quite happy with it, but I have been playing in creative to come up with a much better design for this. And by better iron farm, I mean a better everything farm. And what do I mean by everything? Well, let's have a look at the recipes. I can tell you exactly what I mean. So if we look at tough, we can actually make this pretty easily by combining some basalt and cobblestone together with a mixer, and it makes tough. And if we look at how tough does, if we crush tough, we get all this: electrum, iron, zinc, copper, and gold. And I think that's worth an upgrade. But what are we going to need to do that? Well, we need blue ice, and we've got some soul soil already, so I'm pretty sure we're good for that. Let's just check. I actually don't have any soul soil, so let's just take a little trip to the nether and go get some soul soil. So now that I have my soul soil and some blue ice, it's time to take away the iron farm that I worked so hard on in the last episode, but I've made something better. Say goodbye, iron farm. We don't need you anymore. And now that that's out of the way, we can actually build this thing. But we're not going to build it ourselves. We're going to use an even easier way. It's schematic cannon time. So if we look at our schematic cannon, I do actually have one here. Boom. I have the schematic table, and I have the schematic for the nugget farm. So we can actually place the nugget farm somewhere in here, like so, and of course that is not where we want it to go. And then we can position this. So let's just bring in that a little bit more. We want to rotate you the other way. Is that going to fit in there? I think we might need to bring you over slightly. Let's just go up and have a look. Yeah, we need to come down. We just need to come down one, I think, which is that one there. And then let's just hover up again. Make sure we're not in anything. Oh, it's so tight. It is so tight. It is down to the wire. We have no space either side, and we can actually set the schematic cannon to not replace any blocks if we don't want it to. So the build should be pretty safe. What do we do now? Well, we use the schematic cannon. We pop the schematic in here, and then we can get a book. This one, and I already have the materials here, but if we put this in here, it gives us a book with all the materials in here. We need one basin, some blue ice, brass funnels, some cogwheels. And what we can actually do to make this even better, we can get a chest next to the schematic cannon, and we can start putting some stuff inside. So if we just put all this stuff inside, and then we put our book back, it should be ticked off, or it should be changed in here. See, we've got all the blue ice, we've got the crushing wheel, and we've got one smart chute, which is all we need. Now, if we put that in there, we are almost good to go. So why don't I show you what we do next? We need some gunpowder, and I should have plenty. Yeah, I've got 64. That's going to be loads for this. Pop that in there. You see, it loads up with the gunpowder, and all I do now is press go. But first, we want to just make sure we don't replace any solid blocks. I don't want any solid blocks just because I'm unsure if we're going to replace part of the building, which I'm pretty confident we're not. But all I do now is press. I am so happy that this is working. It's working super well. If we look at this, we've already got 39 blocks of gold, 32 blocks of copper. Yeah, the iron's going up again. 33 blocks of zinc, And we've got quite a few ingots of electrum, which is a bit specialized, I must admit. But full transparency, this recipe is from the mod Caverns and Chasms, which makes getting tough very easy. It's not obtainable otherwise without a data pack for a recipe. And of course, because Caverns and Chasms is a mod that's still in beta, it is not in the official mod pack on Modrinth yet. But it will be as soon as it's officially released. Now, I have been working on another farm off camera. Well, I say a farm. I wanted loads of strawberry pips to make this place even more strawberry-fied than before. So yeah, we got all these in here. We got some strawberries over there. We got loads of strawberries up there. And I wanted more to plant around and make some more little strawberry fields and stuff like that. But in the same time I've AFK'd at this new nugget farm here, we've got 2 strawberries in here. So I don't think this farm works very well, and I have no idea why. So we'll repurpose this farm into what I desperately need, a tree farm. So what am I going to need for the tree farm? Well, I'm going to need some saws, and I've got some mechanical saws already. We probably want some more pillar. And we need some deployers, and I should have some deployers, 5 for it to be exact. Wonderful. And if I get a bucket, just so I can scoop up the water in the machine. I don't know why it does that sometimes. So I can just scoop the water up from in here, and that stops that from spinning, and we'll take up all of this. I don't know why it hasn't grown very well, but we'll find out one day how we can change this up. So let me, that can stay there, and we'll just pop that on there. You can come all the way across here. Let's take these harvesters off, put the saws on, and I think we're just going to put 4 saws on, and then we'll need to put deployers on the back. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Yeah. Try again. Yeah, and then I just want to flip you around. No, not like that though. Like that. That's how I want it. Because then I can actually put the filters on. Let's just remove all of this and try again. So that goes up there. This goes across here. This goes up here. This can be all stuck to that, and then the deployers need to be stuck on, so that can just come over to here. Wonderful. So that should now all be stuck on. Actually, I need to chest 2, 3, and 4. So we want spruce. We'll do river logs because we're using a lot of river logs. We'll do some cherry. I think we just go with oak. So we'll just put spruce there, river there, oak there, and we'll put cherry there because we don't need a lot of cherry, I don't reckon. And then all we have to do now is put the water back in, and there we go. Oh, did this storage interface just take all my saplings out? Oh, of course it did. So let's just get a filter. We'll clear the filter. We'll put these in here, and we'll put it on the deny list so it will not let them through. Now that's sorted. Yep, see, it's not letting anything through except for stuff that actually picks up. Let's just hop up on top here, and we can watch this thing work. And after a nice little 10-minute time lapse, we've got this much wood. And I don't think that isn't bad at all. I mean, there's not a lot of oak in there, which I'm quite surprised. But I'm quite happy with that, especially the spruce. The river logs are coming through. We're getting a lot more cherry because the cherry trees are quite big. So we might change that out for something else. But at the moment, I'm pretty satisfied. Now, as this thing works pretty fast, it does kind of build up a few logs here, and I did do some dark oak just now to test it, and yeah, not fantastic with the 4 wide or the 2x2 sprucey and dark oak saplings. It doesn't like it, so we'll just break this, and I'm gonna put in another draw controller here. What we'll do now is we'll get a trim. Oh, I got a trim. I have got an oak trim, which is fine. That can pop right there. And then we'll put in my storage drawers here. Wonderful. Now we have a very wither looking storage system going on here. And I probably do want to do something about making this look nice. Because it is growing wood, I'm not sure what I can do. Maybe I can just put a little, I don't know. Maybe I could build a, maybe I could build something, that's for sure. I'll try and come up with something off camera. And here we are. I came up with something off camera while I was just messing about and playing the game, and I thought, you know, a timber yard would be quite handy here. And we came up with this sort of design here. We pop up on the roof, we can see it properly. Yeah, so as you can see, the tree farm is working away quite nicely. We've got some little stacks of logs over in that back corner. We've got some little water containers or liquid containers over there, which are just, you know, decorative. Got a little saw in the middle there, which we could power eventually, and it could like auto strip logs and stuff like that possibly. We got some little, you know, cauldrons there if we want to stain the wood. And then we've got another little stack of oak wood in the corner here. And then what we've done is we've actually made a little entrance on either side here, which we can go up to the back side of the factory here and come in. Now, I do really need to sort this room out. It looks god awful. There's no decoration at all, and that needs to change. But I really suck at interiors, so if there's any help you can give me on interiors, I would be super, super grateful. Then we can get the inside of that factory finished. Now, I've also done some terraforming around here to make this look a bit smoother. So we've actually flattened an area out here so we can put something here. And I'm thinking that we could do maybe a little honey factory in this corner here. And we do have some bees in bottles here. So we can get some bottles of bees. No, don't run away. I need my bees for the next episode. This area is starting to fill up quite nicely as well. We've got plenty of builds here, and there's still a bit more space we can squeeze stuff in. I reckon another couple of episodes and we'll have to move to a different location. But there's a couple of farms in mind that I want to get done before we leave. So you just have to wait and see what they are. But in the meantime, I'm going to work on the inside of this little factory here. And see if I can't come up with something that's gonna look a little bit better than just this. Now, I feel like I'm starting to get somewhere with the interior of this thing, but my inspiration for this is all but dried up. So I'm gonna take a break, and I think I'm gonna call the episode here. I appreciate you tagging along, and as always, if you like the episode, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you in the next one for some bee farming. Oh, behave.